Hey, hello guys. Welcome to our first part of Earth Science. We have a Unit 0, which seems maybe kind of weird, but it's just kind of an introductory unit, making sure you get some basics for the rest of the year. So, Intro to Earth Science. What is it exactly? I want you guys to actually pause this video. I'm not going to play it through this. Watch this video yourself. The PowerPoint is there for you. And shoot for a minimum of 10 observations. I believe there's a place in your note packet to do that as well. So go ahead, pause this video, and come on back in a moment. Those 10 answers I'd like you to put up on this website right here, so you don't have to type it all in. Just go ahead and open up if you didn't already have this PowerPoint opened up, and click on it and answer those questions. Make sure your name shows up and it doesn't say anonymous. Alright, so what does earth science exactly involve? So this is probably the most common question I got, especially through freshman orientations the last couple years, is what the heck is earth science? So it involves a whole lot of different types of sciences rolled into one. My favorite is the geology. It's the study of our actual physical earth. If you've done anything like plate tectonics, stuff like that before, that belongs under the geology. Oceanography is the study of the Earth's water, specifically, obviously, the oceans. We will talk a ton about lakes and rivers and glaciers and stuff too. Another one is meteorology, so the study of our atmosphere. We'll learn the layers and the differences between them and how they're important to life sustaining on Earth, as well as weather. So meteorology involves weather. Astronomy is the study of where the Earth fits in the universe. So our first actual couple units are not Earth-based. We're going to go through the universe and galaxies, as well as our own solar system. And it's a little more than just memorizing the planets. So be ready for that. And it also involves environmental science. So it explores relationships between people and the natural environment. We're going to touch on that probably throughout the year, but it's going to be hit pretty heavy at the end of second semester. So why do we need Earth and space? So it's the only place we have to live, so we should know what's going on around us or what we might end up having to live through. Economics, there is a lot of science that influences economics and governments, things like that. Buying land, you never want to, for example, buy a house on a soil or a house that was built on a soil that's sand underneath. If you have an earthquake, it actually turns into a liquid, and your house will float down the crust of the earth just like it would float down a river. And all sorts of things like that. Finding a place to live. Would you rather tornadoes in Kansas or volcanoes in Washington State? So kind of looking at some of the natural disasters or the different things, you're going to have to live with some sort of natural disaster no matter where you live on this planet. So maybe putting a preference on that. Traveling, there is a ton of places throughout the U.S., through Colorado, throughout the world that are based around geology. A really good example is Yellowstone, just to the north of us, which, yes, if it blows, we're gone. But even just Garden of the Gods right down the street, or Red Rock Canyon, places like that are very popular because of their geological features. So it goes both ways. Outdoor activities, if you're into biking, climbing, hiking, walking on glaciers and anything like that, waterfalls, earth science has to do with that. Disaster preparedness, kind of like finding the place to live. Do you want to prepare for a tornado? Do you want to prepare for a hurricane if you're living in Florida? And all these different places. And then just to understand what the news is telling you. Yes, they have a meteorologist that gives us what seems like really inaccurate weather, but there's also other things that sometimes they may or may not stretch the truth or leave important information out and how to find that. So your assignment for today is to go ahead and look at the assignment. I think it says Colorado Geology. See that for what specifically you have to do. Turn that in. When you're finished, it is due tomorrow. So make sure you do it well. It's pretty introductory to the state and it's not too difficult, but don't procrastinate. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you again tomorrow.